Hey there, sports fans and car enthusiasts. Welcome to the channel. It's another episode of 80s Fleer Flashback. That's right, folks. We're going back in time even further to 1983. What we have here is a 1983, I don't want to call this a rack pack, although it is a rack pack. It is really the equivalent of what's going to be 3 cello packs in a rack pack. It's probably the closest representation to it. But I'm excited about this because some of the biggest rookies that you can find, the 3 big ones, the trio of major rookies are in this one. A Tony Gwynn rookie card, Ryne Sandberg rookie card, or a Boggs rookie card. There's also lots of other star cards in here beyond that. Obviously your major ones like Pete Rose, Cal Ripken, Nolan Ryan, and others. But the trio for any of the 83 tops, Fleer or Donruss, it's all about Gwynn, Sandberg, and Boggs. So let's get into it. We're going to jump right in here and with my trusty snips, open these 3 up. I believe it's going to be 3 cello packs inside. We'll do our very best not to cut into the cards, which is a danger I have seen done on a show, and I almost did there. Speaking of, yep, there are 3 cello packs within here, and of course, that's going to get hard to pull out. Right on top of that second cello pack is a Mariners card that my dad is going to be interested in, Mike Moore. But let's just kick off. We'll start with the Mike Moore side of it. So we're looking for some big rookies on the back here with Steve Hammond. We get a checklist and Ron Hodges. There we go. But we'll start with the Mike Moore Mariners card as number 1. Going right in. 1983 Fleer. Boggs, Sandberg, Gwynn. I'm calling you. Will you answer? Right off the bat, Mike Moore with the Mariners. We'll set that aside for my Mariners loving father-in-law. Bert Roberge is second, followed immediately by his teammate Randy Moffett. We have Mike Easler with the Pirates. Behind him, very faded Mickey Hatcher card. Great ball player. Pete Vukovich. Behind him, Steve, I am not a Trout. Followed by his White Sox teammate Ron Kittle, who was a power hitting guy. Is this rookie card or is it earlier? That might be actually Ron Kittle's rookie card. That might be worth a little bit. I'm not sure how much, although it's very off center. We'll set that aside. That might be a hit. I'll look that up and find out later. Warren Cromartie with the Expos. Dave Frost. Again, these cards, a lot of them are off center left to right, as a lot of the early 80s Fleer cards were. Craig Swan with the Mets. Doug DeCinces with the Angels. Behind him, his Angels teammate Bobby Clark. I'm noticing a theme here. Steve Alto Sachs with the Dodgers. We have our sticker, which is a Dodgers sticker. We have another sticker in here, because it's a cello pack of the White Sox. Dave LaPointe with the Cardinals follows. And behind Dave, carefully try and separate there, Shane Raleigh with the Yankees. Al Cowens with the Mariners. We'll set that aside. Carmelo Castillo with the Cleveland Indians. There's Rick Sutcliffe with the Indians. Bill Madlock with the Pirates. Behind Bill we have Tim Laudner with the Twins. Charlie Moore. John Curtis. Tom Hume. There's Tim Raines, Hall of Famer. Not too bad. We'll set Tim aside. Very faded UL Washington. This one looks like it was taken in the 60s. There's a weird print error on this. Let's get through the rest of these other 2 cards. I want to take a closer look at that one. John Stearns with the out of focus throwing hand there. And Steve Hammond with the Royals finishes that off. I'll come back to UL Washington there. Take a look at that. There's a weird line right here. It looks like an almost bad camera focus, and it's faded in here. I've never seen this card. I wonder if all UL Washington cards are like this or if it's just this card. Very interesting. Interesting indeed. All right. Well, not a whole lot in that one. We're going to go to Cello pack number 2 here. This is the one with a checklist on the back. And on the front, just as a reminder, Lonnie Smith with the Cardinals. Jumping on in, Lonnie Smith, his Cardinal teammate Jeff Lathy. There's a Jim Palmer. That's a Hall of Famer right there. Pretty cool card. We'll set that aside. Maybe that's worth $1 or so. Jerry Garvin with the Blue Jays. Blue. Just blue. Superstar special card. Vita blue, and it's very miscut. Look at that. It's not miscut on the back, just on the front. Oh, it's supposed to be black and blue. This just says blue. That's a weird... You know what? I'm going to have to... That's an interesting card. I'm going to have to set that aside and see if there's a weird variation or error on that. That is very, very interesting. John Candelaria, also miscut pretty badly. Kent DeColvey. Oh, this is weird. Oh, I see now. I see what's going on. Atlee Hammaker with the Giants. Behind him, Billy Sample with the Rangers. Here's black. So now we figured out the mystery here. So these two cards go together, apparently. Do they? Gotta be. Black and blue. Oh, yeah, they do. You can see how the Royals emblem goes together on Bud Black's shoulder there. Interesting that we got both cards in that pack. Yeah, 643 and 644. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I just thought it was horribly miscut, but now, obviously, those two cards go together. So, interesting. Black and blue. All right, Bill Gullickson. Randy Lurch. Sixto Lezcano. Tom Underwood. Got a tiger sticker. Let's see what our other sticker is. I'm going to say it's going to be the Angels. Nope, Indians. I'm wrong again. Dave Righetti, second-year card. That's pretty cool. Ken Singleton with the Orioles. Behind Ken, we have Lloyd Mosby with the Blue Jays. We got a Giants checklist. And on the back, it's at Expos on the back. Pete, where the red fern grows, with the Twins. Behind Pete is Brad Havens. Then we have Renee Martin, or is it Renee Martin? Pitcher with the Giants. Danny Darwin with the Rangers. Dodgers checklist on the back. On the back, we have the White Sox. Lee May with the Royals. Amos Otis with the Royals as well. Joe Lefebvre. Tony Armas. And our last card was the checklist. Phillies and Red Sox. Well, not getting a whole lot of hits on these on these two rack packs here, or 3 cello packs, if you will. I did watch another one of the other channels that I watch, a guy by the name of Brad Yu. Shout out to Brad and his channel. He watched him pull all 3 of the rookies out of, was it 1 rack pack, or was it 3 cello packs like this? Thought was very interesting. So, Brad, this one's for you. Give me a little bit of power, Brad. Send a little good mojo my way. Hopefully we'll find one of the big 3. Again, Gwynn, Sandberg, Boggs. Starting it off instead with Toby Harrah. Another one of these faded cards. Interesting. Ed Romero with the Brewers. Dan Ford with the Orioles. All right. Bob Bonner with the Orioles. Lamar Hoyt with the White Sox. Rafael Landestoy. Dwight Bernard with the very wraparound, I will say, curly beard head afro thing going on there. Max Venable. Bill Lasky. All right, here we go. Here we go. Whoops, that one just dropped right out. Doug Corbett. Dropped right out there. Didn't want any part of this. Doug Bird. There's Jesse Orosco. John, Count of Montefusco. Kurt Bavacqua, we got our stickers here, Royals, and I'm going to say, I'm going to go Yankees. Nope, Tigers. Royals and Tigers. Milt Wilcox, speaking of Tigers, follows him. Bob Green? Where did I get Bob from? David Crane. Jerry Mumphrey. There's Gaylord Perry when he was with the, kind of his last year, I believe, was pitching with the Mariners, so I'll set Gaylord aside. Ed Glenn with the Indians. Larry Sorensen with the Indians. Omar Moreno. And folks, I think we're going to strike out on this one. Let's see. Gary Ward. Hall of Famer Don Sutton. I don't think that card's worth very much, though. Charlie Liebrant. Well, there's a Tom Seaver. Very happy about that. Just now... I see something now. I thought that was something else. I'm just now finishing up reading Tom Seaver's kind of biography. Or pseudo-biography. It was written by somebody else. Really cool story there. Set Seaver's side. That's a little bit of a hit. Steve Rogers, Captain America himself. Not really. More like Captain Canuck there with the pitching for the Expos. Mike Armstrong and Ron Hodges. So that is it, folks. 1983 Fleer did us kind of dirty. Wasn't a whole lot in there. Tom Seaver, Jim Palmer, Tim Raines, and Ron Kittle potential rookie card. Probably the weakest of our 80s Fleer Flashback results here in the set that had probably the most potential. But still, had a lot of fun opening these. Been having a whole lot of fun during all of 80s Fleer Flashback. And super excited. We're going to move on to 1982 next. Let's see if we can find a Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card. But as always, we are right in the middle of 80s Fleer Flashback! And we're having lots of fun doing it. So be sure to like and subscribe. Don't miss the next episode. And thanks again for watching.